recorded.
Hello everyone. I hope all of you are doing good. Good morning, those who joined from US. Good evening, those who joined from India. I hope my voice is audible and my screen is clearly visible. Can I get the reply in the chat window, please? Okay. Yeah. Thanks for confirmation, everyone. So today we are going to discuss about programming and the application of the programming, where we are going to discuss about one of the programming language, Python, and the significance of Python, applications of Python. We will go with the moderate speed throughout this training program. So keep on asking the questions and all your doubts, whatever you have in the chat window as well. And you will also be unmuted whenever you will have any question, any confusion. You can make it more interactive. Okay, so by default, you're on mute, but you can unmute yourself and you can talk. Feel free to ask any question either in the chat window or by speak. You can also speak. Okay, so I hope all of you are doing good. And we are going to start with what exactly the programming is. That is a easy but most important question, especially those folks who join from semi-technical background. This will really help you to build the foundation. So as you know, programming is one of the feature that helps us to interact with the system, correct? Now we have hardware available. We want to talk with hardware and we need some interface. So, we have multiple types of languages, high level language, low level language. So Python is one of the high level language where we can just write the code in English like language. So my question is, in programming, why Python? Because Python is one of the high level language. Like I told you, it's like English language where you can easily go and type the code without having much efforts on syntax, like it is in Java, it is in C, C++, and many other languages. So learning Python is as easy as learning a grammar and followed by language. But this is something I'm going to tell you with some practical examples also. So again, I will come to the question one by one, why we need programming so that we can interact with the system. Like we are speaking in English and all of you know English. If I start speaking in Spanish or some other language, that would be difficult for you to understand just because of if you don't know that language. So we need something that can be used to interact with the hardware. So for that, we need programming. And one of the programming languages, Python. I hope this makes sense, everyone. Does anyone has any doubt? You can put it in chat window as well. Okay, Ankita said awesome. Thanks, Ankita, for reply. Yeah. So now the next part is types of application which can be built on Python. So here you can see we have two options available. One is Windows based, one is web based. What is this? Windows is one of the platform that might be most of you are using. Couple of you are also using Mac or Linux. So whenever we have some Windows based or any operating system based application requirement that can be built in Python, and whenever you need some web-based application like either a mobile application or you also let's say need a website can be built in Python. So the best part is Python has a rich library that can be used for varieties of application. And what do we understand by library? A library is a collection of features. For example, I keep on giving examples of real time throughout the sessions so that you can understand it easily. So features wise, let's say what all features you have in your car. So more features, more rich features in a car is again a convenient option for you if you can opt. But it's not like a car, if you upgrade the feature, then it increase the cost. The best part is Python is open source, where without paying anything, you can get most of the libraries. So because it is open source. And there are a variety of other applications like data science, AI, machine learning, IoT, embedded system, many more, which can be think and built on the top of Python. That is the reason all these applications are based on these two categories, the one that is in front of you. Make sense, everyone? Apart from this, we do have one more option, that is analytics in Python. Like just now I talked about libraries, so there we go. Here, this is the term. And for this, we have NumPy and Pandas. Apart from this, if I talk about visualization, for this also we have library like MatplotLib Seaborn. So those who never heard about visualization or know about visualization, visualization means when you want to show the data in the form of graphs, like you can see in front of you, it is mentioned. So there are some numbers and there are some graph against that. What is this exactly? I'm just showing, like, let's say there is a restaurant where we have multiple size tables with chairs. So here you can see maximum people were sitting on table size 2. Then people who were sitting on table size 3 and 4 relatively little less, and other tables are very less. How much it is? Up to 20, up to 40, up to 60. So this is something known as visualization, where we can keep the data from some source like any data source you can see here. So here we have one of the column, that is size, and other columns, and this is basically the list of column. This is basically the list of indexes. Then we have the values, and here you can see 2, 3, 4, and other values. This is a sample data. We have a lot of data in the file which we are going to use in this training, and based on that you can see summary prepared in this chart. So like why I'm giving you these examples, because in starting, if you check, I mentioned these two terms about analytics and visualization in Python, and that is in front of you now. Analytics and visualization we talked about, and I just gave you example like how analytics can be performed. So for that we need some data. I hope this is clear. Like data is in front of you. For that I'm using one of the library, that is Pandas. And for visualization, we need some library. For that, one of the library Seaborn, and this is in front of you. Fine. Even those who have still doubt, don't worry. There are a lot many other examples I will keep on giving you. Fine, time to time. So this is in the context of that I told you about some names. Apart from this, Python has, again, as I told you, a rich library. So we do have data science features, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Might be heard about these buzzwords a lot, but we are going to discuss it in this training about it in much more details, as well as deep learning and NLP. So now this is something very interesting. Not only just Python, you can also do one more layer on the top of that. What I mean to say, there are two parts which you can choose either one. Either you can do Python programming language along with some advanced Python features and web application development features. API stands for application program interface. And then as I gave example of analytics and visualization, this is something we are going to do. And then you can stop it here only if you are opting only Python for some application integration. Let's say you want to integrate Python in some existing project. But if your plan is to go with the data science, you can choose this part 2 as well, that we provide, where we have data science with Python, including data science itself, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing. And then you can apply as a Python programmer or web developer or analytics and visualization profile or AI engineer, machine learning or deep learning or NLP, or you can also customize your profile. So that is how basically we learn and then grow in this training. Apart from this, there are many other features which we do provide, like we provide help how to build your CV, how to apply for opportunities. So for that, we do have support team, we have admin team. So those people are also going to help you out. As an instructor, I'm going to tell you about all these features and practicals in depth. So as you know, the start point and part 1 itself mentioned over there is what exactly? For that, we need a language. Make sense? Now, what exactly Python is, we'll see little detail about that also. As I gave you some idea initially that Python is easy to learn because very less efforts required for coding comparison in comparison of other languages. Like one line of code in Python in many applications are similar to, let's say, 6 line or up to 8 lines, or sometimes 10 lines of code in like languages like C, C++, Java for many applications. It's a high level language where you don't have to work on binary code like 0101. You can write the code in Python like English language. And it is interpreter based. What exactly interpreter is? It is one of the program written that understand how to execute the Python. So like in your car, you have engine. So you can say interpreter is kind of engine in Python. Make sense? Then I told you about open source. Open source is all about you don't have to pay any cost for it. And then I told you about analytics library, visualization library, and there are many buzzwords like machine learning, deep learning, NLP I talked. And one of the most important point is Python has a large community where people are working on contribution and development of Python a lot just because of it is open source. Make sense, everyone? Does anyone has any doubt, any confusion here? Okay, sounds good. So we are going to work on a lot of creative features on Python itself, and then we are going to work on data science also. That is a part 2 in this training. But before I proceed, I will just give you a technical experience as well, like how easy it is to code in Python. So for example, I open one of the platform. You can see a name over here that is Jupyter. Fine, where I just open a document that is internally using Python 3 that you can see over here. I'm going to write an application here. So for example, this is a calculator in Windows. I hope all of you are aware about it. This is one of the software installed in Windows. So if I say 2 plus 5, it is giving me 7. So anyone from commerce, from arts, from science, from some other engineering background can easily use this calculator. What I've done, I said 5 plus 2, I got 7. Now same thing if I want to do with Python. So those who are from Java, C, C++, other programming background, they know very well like we have to start from main, we need to start some curly braces and semicolon. Now that is not required in Python. So here you can see I provided input to the machine 2 plus 5 and I'm getting 7 out of it. Awesome, makes sense? So that is how learning Python is as easy as learning some language, but not as a technical person where we need a lot of coding efforts. Python can be learned if you just want to put some efforts about how to build the logic. I can say there are two things: how to process and how to build the logic. Fine. How to process means how internal it is taking care of execution. So for that we have interpreter. We don't have to worry much about it. Definitely we are going to talk about it. And how to build the logic, in that we have to focus on two things: logic as well as syntax. So syntax wise we are relaxed in Python. Only how to build the logic, and that you just need to understand, focus on operators, keywords, these details in Python. I hope all of you are enjoying this. In other languages, thanks for nice comment again, Deepa. Thanks. So here, if I say I want to print something, let's say I want to print a message. So I just said I want to print hello. Fine. So what is hello? Hello is my input and I'm getting the result. So just one line of code I need to run. So you can see there are two separate code. One is this and one is this I have written. And this is known as code section. So we are going to talk about this platform in much more details once you will install it in your own system. So don't worry about it. My main focus is how the code is running. So just one line of code is enough. And same code, if I want to run in C, C++, Java, then I have to write multiple lines like define the main method, use the curly braces. And here if you see, semicolon is also not there. Fine. So I just gave you some idea how easy it is to code in Python. These are single line code. We are going to work on multiple line codes as well, but comparatively, as I told you about the ratio is sometimes 6, sometimes 8, sometimes up to 10 lines in other languages equivalent to just one line of code in Python. So I hope theory, practical, comparison, and library wise, or if you got idea what exactly it is. In upcoming sessions, we are going to work on theory, practical, library with our self-explanatory notes. So we have total 18 modules in Python and 12 modules in machine learning, data science, NLP. So in these 30 modules, anyone from scratch can start. Like the level we start is this only: how to build the logic, how to use syntax, and then how to proceed. So in these 30 modules, we help to understand each and every concept. We focus mainly on practical. You can see almost 90% efforts will be on practical, but whenever any topic started, then theory part also must have weightage. So that is professionally taken care here. Fine. So I hope you got the proper idea now, and you are going to definitely work on this platform that will really help you to build multiple applications based on your requirement. So thanks for joining the session. We'll connect tomorrow again for the next session with installation and hands-on.